Welcome back, everybody. How you doing today? Well, like I've always said, at some point, the model railroader will try the ridiculous. In the last video, I said stick around if you want to see this get turned into a tank car. So, while I'm over here waiting to unload in Bristow, Virginia, I went over to Lowe's. I picked up this piece of pipe. It's a 2-inch pipe, using this for rounding. Now, I'm going to only use 10 inches of it. Okay? Well, I think it's actually 10 and a half, so I measured it out. Make sure I'm telling you right. Sorry, 10 and a half. Going to split it on both sides and across. And then we're going to split it again, because the only thing I need is roughly about give you a good little mark right here with a black marker, so you know what you're looking at. So after you split it in half, you're roughly really only going to be using roughly a half. Just that little rounded tip. So you got plenty of room for multiple cars if you choose to do this for fun. Each one of these can bodies, which is nothing more than your vegetable cans from Walmart, wherever you go shopping at, and you want to cut the ends off, each end, and there's another lip. Now you can see this lip right here. Okay, that has to be cut. Now this is a 2-inch pipe, like I said, so it needs to be marked out 2 inches across the top and cut out. So let's see how this is going to go. I do have my Dremel with me. So I'm going to change out the bit. And anytime you cut these ends off, make sure you take these little, either a grinding wheel or a sanding wheel, something to the inside of it, get rid of that burr in there. And again, if you got the Dremel, these Dremels are a lifesaver. They really are. I got mine from Walmart. This is the Dremel 3000. I do have all the attachments. I have another toolbox here in the truck that's actually got the bigger accessory kit in it. But make sure if you get the quick connect, that's fine. Or if you prefer the old one, I like these Dremels right here. Metal cutting wheels. They work out really good. Even though you eat through them pretty fast, they're still very awesome. So, see how this is going to work out. All right. That got a little bit messy, didn't it? So we got the can cut. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I made a little bit of a mistake. While I was cutting, I did not realize that my cutting wheel got off-centered. not too big of a deal because this will be on the bottom side, not the top. All right, so because there was a mistake right there, we want to make sure that this is on the bottom and try to cut as much of that mistake out. Now, I said this was a 2-inch pipe, so we're going to take it, measure out. We want to be 2.5, so we need to take a 1/2 inch out. So we're going to start with a 1/2 inch, and then you can trim and adjust as you need. In fact, if you got to trim it, try to take it down here and get a flat surface. So, we'll do it this way first. Let's take the really bad area right here. Make sure that we're lined up. Right there. Take your marker or Sharpie, whatever you got, pencil, pen. And draw a line. Now, we need to look at a 1/2 inch. And again, like I said, you can take this and adjust it. So if you need to go a little shorter, sometimes it's better to go a little bit longer or wider, but it's sometimes better to go wider and then adjust as you need it. Now, some people would call this very old school. I call this being creative. All right. So let's cut this and then see how we're going to make this work. Just realize something. As you're cutting, get yourself another piece of tape and kind of push this end together right here just to make sure it doesn't come apart on you and doesn't spring. Let's try it again. Now it did spring, as you can see. So let's do the other side real quick. All right. Now, like I said, you got room to adjust. This little piece right here should be around about a 1/2 inch. Yes, 1/2 inch, dead on. As you can see, right there, 1/2 inch. Well, kind of went crooked there, but we are at a 1/2 inch dead on. That's good. Now, we're not doing this one yet. I have a mess to clean up my truck. What's so good about this is that when you do this, I don't know how well y'all can see that, but when you're doing this, you kind of want to pin it. So just take a look at something here real quick. Because like I said, once you get the body filler on here, ain't nobody gonna know the difference where you made a mistake at. And yes, we did go a little bit over, but we can re-round it, pin it, and there you go. I think oh yeah, and the little caps right here. You will have to cut these, but these are, this one is a 2-inch, or no, sorry, 1.5-inch cap. It's a little dome to it. Not bad. Little more domier than I like, but you can sand some of that down right there and kind of flatten it out. All right. Well, so there's the start on that one, and we'll check back in here in a little while. And stick around, hit like and subscribe, so you can continue seeing the build. As always, take it easy, keep the shiny side up. I'll see you on the road.